This video will discuss sentence faults and clauses. A clause is a group of words that contains both a subject and a predicate, but to keep things simple, we will talk in terms of subjects and verbs. Clauses can be broken down into two categories, independent and dependent. Independent clauses form a complete thought, whereas dependent ones don't form a complete thought on their own. Consider the following sentence. It has two types of clauses, an independent one and a dependent one. After the semester ended, C.A.F.E decided to celebrate. Can you point out the independent clause? In the second half, the verb is decided. The subject is C.A.F.E. The clause has a subject and a verb. But does it form a complete thought? C.A.F.E decided to celebrate is a complete thought. Now let's look at the other clause. After the semester ended. The verb is ended, and the subject is semester, but the sentence can't stand alone. If we were to just say, after the semester ended, clearly there would be an expectation that we would be told what happens after. Because we have a subject and a verb, but not a complete thought, we have a dependent clause. Notice the word after. This is known as a dependent word or subordinating conjunction. There are many dependent words, and getting to know them will help you to know when a clause is dependent. After, although, because, if, since, though, unless, when, and while are all examples of dependent words. They leave the audience expecting more. After the semester ended, C.A.F.E decided to celebrate. Anytime a dependent clause begins a sentence, it's important to have a comma followed by an independent clause to complete the thought. Note, if the dependent clause were after the independent one, C.A.F.E decided to celebrate after the semester ended, no comma would be used. Let's unravel the difference when any of these pieces are missing. After the semester ended. Because we have a dependent word, this is a sentence fragment. Whenever a sentence doesn't form a complete thought, it's called a fragment. One way to fix this is to remove the dependent word after. If we remove it, we're left with a subject and a verb. The semester ended. If we have two independent clauses separated by a comma, the car wouldn't start, I called C.A.A., we are left with what is called a comma splice. A comma is not strong enough to separate two independent clauses. The easiest way to correct this is to give each independent clause its own period. The car wouldn't start. I called C.A.A. Or you could put in a semicolon as long as the two are closely related. The car wouldn't start. I called C.A.A. A third repair is to leave the comma in place and insert a coordinating conjunction after the comma. The car wouldn't start, so I called C.A.A. A fourth repair is to add a subordinating conjunction, creating a dependent clause and adding a comma if necessary. Because the car wouldn't start, I called C.A.A. As discussed in the Parts of Speech module, there are 7 coordinating conjunctions, and they can be remembered using the FANBOYS acronym. They are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. These will assist you in fixing comma splices. Let's review the 4 methods of correcting comma splices. 1. Replace the comma with a period. 2. Replace the comma with a semicolon. 3. Leave the comma in and follow it with a coordinating conjunction or a subordinating conjunction. And 4. Add a subordinating conjunction and a comma if necessary. If you're using a semicolon, don't add a coordinating conjunction. There's another type of error that you should be aware of. If you could put 2 independent clauses together with no punctuation, it is called a run-on or fused sentence. The baby fell off the bed. He bounced once and laughed. The baby fell off the bed is one independent clause. He bounced once and laughed is another. This sentence can be fixed by adding punctuation and potentially a coordinating conjunction. The baby fell off the bed. He bounced once and laughed. The baby fell off the bed. He bounced once and laughed. The baby fell off the bed, and he bounced once and laughed. When the baby fell off the bed, he bounced once and laughed. The baby bounced once and laughed when he fell off the bed. Notice that in the last sentence, the dependent clause is at the end of a sentence. There is no comma in this case.